What is going on, Momentum fam? Welcome back to another video. Finally back in Miami. Just came back from obviously a month of traveling. So it's definitely been a long month. Still working though, not as much as I'd like to or love to. But we still got some work done on the road, but we're finally back. And we actually, today's call, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys or really have you guys tune in to one of our accelerator calls. So our e-commerce accelerator program where we teach people how to build brands that we can go ahead and buy after. It's pretty much a consulting program where we help you build a brand, throughout a 12 to 16 week period. So I want to go ahead and let you guys tune in, see obviously some of our students, meet them, see exactly what type of stuff we go over, and hopefully give you guys some value about e-commerce, how other people like yourself are just starting or building brand new brands, and what kind of questions come up along the way. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Cool, we can get straight to it. I'm not sure if you guys wanted me to go over anything specific. Anybody have any specific topics you want me to go over? Didn't really have anything prepared, but what we can go ahead and do is just start one by one with whatever specific questions you guys have on the brands you're building, what you're working on, what you need help with, and go from there. Cool?
Hey Mo, just had a question about the supply chain that you guys figured out for this new brand. So I've been hearing a lot about the co-packaging industry and how it's sort of changing the way you can source food products. So can you just speak on that and how you guys sort of did the supply chain for the new brand?
Yeah, absolutely. It's still being worked on. Again, we just started, right? So it's not like finalized. But at the end of the day, it's bread, so the packaging for it isn't really too hard, right? It's like they bake the loaves. Usually what they do is they insert their brown label pretty much, which is like a piece of paper that's wrapped around the bun, and then they bag it up and then they sell it, right? They already sell via QVC, not online, but QVC, which is television pretty much for those of you guys who don't know what QVC is. So, after talking with the actual, factory, the bread or bakery, we're like, okay, how can we make this really easier for you and allow us to kind of be hands off, at least for right now, right? Obviously, the goal is for us at some point probably is, to either own a bakery or have those recipes where we can make them ourselves in-house, package in-house, ship in-house, right? At the end of the day, whatever you do yourself is always going to be cheaper than having somebody else do it for you. So
Mm,
we just figured out a way that, hey, if we can get the same exact material that you guys are doing, right, and not really have to change any of your process to work for us, that's what we did, right? So we, instead of having their labels, we made the same exact labels, right, with a new branding for us.
mhm.
Go once a week, and we pretty much go ahead, we drop off the labels, we drop off the orders on the day that
Mm.
they usually ship, and yeah, it goes from there. So we'll give you guys more insight about it, but again, we're just starting. I think we only got like 40 orders so far, so it's hard for me to
Mm.
be like, hey, this is the supply chain, this is how we're moving.
Yeah,
It's not really
but
established.
it's an interesting new trend, right? The whole co-packing thing, and
Yeah, co-packing and food, honestly, food is very interesting. Like I was looking at this other brand, I forgot what its name. It's a seasoning brand,
mm,
vegan seasoning, and they're actually crushing it. Like I think I seen them on Kickstarter. They're doing about
mm,
$250,000 a month. They just raised 200K
nice.
in like their third round of funding. So
And so where do you go about like finding suppliers like that? Is there a specific resource? Like it would be so cool to see like all these different suppliers for all these food products where, you could come in with such a low setup cost and there, could be so many opportunities.
yeah, so one thing we're starting to learn, again, we don't know too much about the food industry, so I don't want to talk out of my ass here,
Mm,
but a lot of times it's the same manufacturer. Like if you think about the clothing industry, like all these big brands, they
mm,
all manufacture in the same place for a specific reason, right? The
mm,
distribution is figured out, the cost, the labor cost figured out, and the materials there, right? Whether it's
mm,
China, Vietnam, somewhere else, Italy, right? So when it comes to the food, we're starting to notice that in specific categories, every category, everybody goes to these same big places, right? Like if you're looking to make,
mm,
uh, you know, canned food or drinks or coffee, right? There's specific big places, and it's just going to come down to research. But again, we're still tapping into this industry, so it's hard for me
mm,
to give you guys information that we're not really confident with yet.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for the insight, man. I'll definitely be looking more into that. It's an interesting new world, and I'm about to do something similar that's like in the food DTC area. And so, like for me, it's not like there's any such option because it's a very custom made product.
Yep.
So I'm actually having to buy some inventory, but I am using the same principle of selling naked, which is basically just, getting sort of a thing that you can shoot with and testing the demand.
Yep. Absolutely.
Uh, so yeah, appreciate the insight, bro. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Sure. And then, yeah, like another thing that, just to reiterate that first point I talked about is like, guys, don't be scared to test. The first, the first test could be the winner for you, but a lot of times it's not going to be. And if it's your first time testing it, like if you haven't tested any products yet, you guys need to start. At this point, like you shouldn't even be overthinking what product. You should just go ahead and dive into testing something, right? Just so you understand what the process is going to look like for you guys and how you can get better at it. But yeah, just wanted to share that real quick. Another actually product that I was looking at, or not really product, that niche is like in the foods. So there's somebody like me, I'm Muslim, Samir's Muslim, Ramadan's coming up. Like think about Uber Eats, for example, or raw food for Muslims. So halal food, like halal meats, right? Like the meat market right now is booming, especially down here in Florida. There's like a lot of premium meats that's like delivery, or you order online, a subscription, and you get like a piece of chicken breast, some steak, a few ounces of wagyu, right? So imagine, creating some type of subscription of that category for halal food. And not only Muslims eat halal food, but because halal, the way they kill or the way they butcher animals the halal way is a lot more healthier when it comes to the meat. So imagine building on something like that, right? That's another opportunity where we've been thinking about that, just kind of popped up overnight. So what I'm trying to say is like there's a lot of different categories, too many products, too many ideas for us to test. So, you guys, again, same thing for you, like don't stress it too much. You see something, match it, go through the checklist. Does it match? Is it good opportunity? Let me go ahead and test it out. Don't want to blabber on too much here, but go ahead, guys. What other questions you have for me? Honey, I can't hear you, bro. Are you talking? Honey always has audio problems. Funny thing is, actually, me and Hani went to probably like middle school, or yeah, middle school back in Syria together. He's out in London, well, Bournemouth, so UK, about an hour north of London, and he's working on launching his brand. If he's open to it right now, Hani, let's go ahead and maybe show the guys what you've been working on and how close you are to launching some ads. Yep, all good. Anybody else have any questions until Honey gets his audio stuff fixed up? Kevin, I see you busy eating, bro. What do you got for us?
Yo, what's up, man? I don't want to ask any questions yet because I just started the incubator today, and I know
Yep.
one of the rules will be specific and nothing that's already on there, so that's why I don't want to,
All
ask any
good.
questions yet. You know what I mean?
Come on.
I'm excited though, man.
I just have a quick comment about using Etsy suppliers. I had thought about that, and I'm thinking like, I'm glad you brought it up because I thought about using an Etsy supplier as my supplier for the specific product that I'm looking at. So I'm glad that that's no problem doing it that way. I mean, from based on your insight.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's no problem. Again, you would have to vet them and kind of take it as a route, but it's definitely an option, right? Like the goal for anybody is to sell their product, whether they're a manufacturer, somebody who hand makes them, like Etsy. But if you're just testing a product, you just want to order a few of them, then yeah, why the hell not, right? And then once you test a product, it's selling, and now you're going to start ordering more value or more volume. Now you have that conversation with the Etsy supplier, like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and scale this. We have this brand set up. It is your product, or we're buying these products from you. So we wanted to make sure you can continue, meeting requirements, meeting what we need in terms of volume. And if not, Now you can go ahead and transition to somewhere like China or overseas or a local supplier and creating the product that you need. Honey, what's up, bro? You still figuring out your audio? Come on, dude. You better launch a whole e-commerce brand. You can't figure out your audio issue? Try hopping on from your phone maybe for audio and then your laptop for video.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Yep.
What's up? How's everyone doing? Yeah, good.
Everyone's great, my G. How about you go ahead and share the brand you're working on as well, bro? Let's go ahead and take
Yeah,
a
I'm
look.
gonna share it now. Yeah, I've sent it on the chat.
Nice. So we got Ovia Bakery, Olea Soap. What's up with you guys with similar names?
Yeah. So I'm just working on the video marketing because I want to launch the Facebook marketing. I've done a sort of testimonial video, getting like 2 people talking about the product and stuff, but it wasn't the best video yet. So I'm trying to get a better version and just test it out properly. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, this looks amazing, honestly, since we last talked about. This looks great.
That's the only thing I'm missing is the actual marketing.
Yep, is the actual video ad that we talked about, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
again,
I've done, yeah. So
yeah,
I've got a
bro.
video ad, but it's not the best. And I've run a advert 2 days ago, but it didn't convert properly. So yeah, I'm working on another video and making it like more clean and professional sort of thing.
Nice. Which ad did you run? Is it the one that you had sent me? The same one? That's what you ran?
No, another one.
Okay,
It's kind of similar. It's just another customer talking about the product. It's just combined them two, but you could tell it's not professionally done. See, you can easily see it as 2 videos been combined together.
Now let me ask you this, bro. How much did you spend on the campaign that didn't convert?
2 days ago, I put a £15 budget, but I made it so targeted audience.
Okay, so how much have you spent total though on the ad, on the campaign?
On that campaign, I made it run for 20 hours, so not even a whole day because it didn't convert much. And
You can't
spent
look,
£15.
No, you can't just shut down an ad, bro, in 20 hours. It needs a day to optimize and start finding a market. So
Right.
I watch some of the videos about advertising, but last time we spoke on the call, like, Facebook has gotten to a point where, the algorithm can already find the customer for you without really you having to do too much in-depth targeting, right? So go back to the drawing board in terms of, the interest. So like, for example, something like you, right? We talked about, okay, plant-based soap, right? Search up for interest around there, right? Organic soap, stuff like that. So those key terms and just
Yeah.
single interest ads, bro. Single interest ads. And you
Yeah.
gotta let it run for at least 3 to 5 days. And
Right.
then
Okay.
it's gonna convert, not 20 hours.
Not just 24 hours.
No,
I
absolutely.
was just
You need
doubting my
24
videos.
hours to start showing up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I was targeting natural soap, interest in natural soaps, and a soap company in London, which is called Lush. I don't know if you heard of it. Probably it's in America as well. Lush Cosmetics. And yeah, so I've targeted them to sort of interest. But yeah, as I said, I've run it only for 1 day and I just didn't see a lot of traffic. So I thought, you know what, I might make a better video, better ad, and run it for longer days, longer period.
yeah, I mean, you could do that, but I wouldn't discourage you from even. I mean, you can send me that one that you're talking about, and I can take a look at it for you. But I wouldn't discourage you from running it. But again, like 20 hours, you're not supposed to get results in 20 hours. If it was that easy, you know what I'm saying, everybody would be fucking running ads.
Yeah.
So definitely let it marinate for for a little bit. And I would suggest probably honestly up the budget a little bit. Maybe do like a $50 campaign, and then inside that campaign, do anywhere between like 6 to 8 ad sets, single interest. Again, go back to the video Samir recorded about recording ads. Watch it. We'll go over exactly how to set it up. But if you have any questions, let me know. But yeah,
Okay.
budget a little bit more.
Send you the video as well.
Minimum 3 days. Minimum 3 days.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I see. I was just doubting my video
hours,
too
not
much.
20-hour days. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, other adverts. I run other adverts for like a whole day or two, but it didn't convert much. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I just actually need a proper professional ad and then run it for a longer period.
Yep. Yeah,
Um,
I think so at the end of the day, you're not really looking for traffic. You know what I mean? You're looking for conversions.
yeah,
But if you're not getting too much traffic, it's probably because the ad itself isn't
yeah.
like,
For
you know,
that one that I ran 2 days ago, um, I didn't even get a link click or uh, the average. It was like people watch only for 3 seconds. You know, like the video itself was about 40 seconds, 50 seconds long. And you
yeah,
can see that from the ad, only 30 seconds has been watched, only the first 3 seconds, you know.
yep,
So I was just thinking the fact people hasn't watched a lot of the video, they haven't even passed the 5 seconds,
yeah.
that means it's not good enough. So I was like, you know what, let me actually shut this ad set and try create another advert and then run it up.
Yeah, but again, like you can't make a decision off 20 hours of ads and 15 pounds.
Right. Okay.
Remember
Yeah.
that. You do not have enough data to make any decisions based off that.
Yeah.
So make sure you give it the proper attention, right? You spend the proper amount of money and the proper amount
Mm.
of time on that ad, let it actually run, and then you can make a decision on, okay, is this ad good or not, and how do I make a better one?
Hey, you know what? I've got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if this is talked about in the in throughout the course, because like I said, I'm just starting out. But as far as pricing goes, for example, I'm looking at a product right now. I'm in the product testing stage,
Yeah,
where I'm about to launch. But the product that I'm looking at, I did the market research and everything, and it looked pretty promising. But then I kind of saw, I guess, like there's a lot of like dropshipping stores that have this product,
yeah,
and they kind of price it really. It looks like everyone's kind of just competing off a price. And so, like, what do you think that would mean for me? Do you think I'd be able to, like making a brand out of this? I could raise the price up enough to make real profit off of this product, or you
yeah,
think I should?
absolutely, absolutely. So we
Yeah,
always talk about this. Like pricing is the last thing you want to compete on. If you're competing on price, that means you have nothing else to offer, right?
right.
And usually, if you're looking for the cheapest, that means you're the worst quality, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, that's where building a brand comes from. Is like, I always talk about, there's nothing different about buying a shirt from Gucci and then probably going to Walmart finding very, very, very similar
Yeah.
quality. You know what I mean? Other than the logo and the
Nice.
brand. So it's the same thing to any product you're going to sell online is like, how do I, again, put it in a way where this commodity is a lot more valuable than what it actually is, or it looks a lot more valuable, where people would buy from me as a brand that this product, that they would like to have. Because again, people are buying from, it's like people are buying from Kevin, right? Like if you were to sell lemonade, right? People are going to buy because it's Kevin's lemonade, not because, you have the best fucking lemonade in the world, right? Because they want to support you. So it's the same exact thing in the concept of building a brand. It's like you want to build a brand that people like so they can buy from you no matter what you're selling, right? In that specific niche. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Cool. Yeah, because that was something I was worried about when I started like looking at where everybody was pricing it, and then I was looking at potential prices from suppliers and stuff. I was like, damn, like I don't know, the profit margin wasn't looking that all that good, but yeah. So I'm just so okay. That's the other thing. So when I launch it, um, so it looks like you guys recommend starting off drop shipping, right, and then evolving into, you know, I guess you call it white labeling. Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, we don't really use those terms specifically, but again, what we go over is like how to start a brand with a minimal viable investment that you have to make, right? So you're not too deep in, you're not wasting your money, and you're not going into the business backwards, right? If we think about,
Oh,
standard business, how people usually start, they have this great idea, or they think they have this great idea, they buy a fuck ton of inventory, and then they want to start selling it before they have what we call a proof of concept, right?
right.
So what you want to do first is you want to have a proof of concept. So you just order samples or again a very small quantity just to be able to establish yourself or make yourself look like a brand, right? Once you do that, now you're what we call in the test phase, right? So the test phase is, okay, now that I have this, I shot the advertisements, I have the website set up. Now I'm going to go ahead and see if people buy. If people buy, okay, cool. Now I know there's a market, right? Now you pause everything. You go ahead and you renegotiate, see how much quantity you can get, right? Then you go ahead and bring it to the market again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And then, so right there, would you, during that phase, would you recommend? So let's say I have once I'm a brand, I can price it, a lot higher than my competitors, right?
Yeah, I mean, as
So
off the gate, you're gonna price it up wherever you want to price it. You know what I'm saying? Like if
okay, so right
everybody's
off the
selling it for 30, right, and they're drop shipping, you can sell it for 100 just because you're a brand. Doesn't mean people will buy it, but you can always price the product as much wherever you want. Nobody's stopping.
right.
You know what I mean? It's just a matter of, okay, where do I price it, test it out, and see where people are gonna start buying it. Like if it's a good
Okay.
product, it'll sell no matter what, no matter how much
Right.
stuff. Like, think about Modern Garden, our brand, right? You can buy plants anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. We sell it for 10 times more, right?
Yeah.
Our plants cost 10 times more where you would go ahead and buy it at a regular nursery, right?
Yeah.
It's not like we have a special mix in these plants, right? But because again, the quality that we perceive, right, that we put into the product, into the brand, the pots that they come with, right, how they come to you, right, what's behind the brand, people are okay with paying that amount of money.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Here it is, guys. So as you see, every single Thursday we have these consulting calls where we help our students figure out the issues, the problems, and really answer a lot of the questions they have in terms of building their brands and how they need to keep moving forward in order to, improve. So as you guys seen, Honey or, these brands that you've seen are just being built, still in the early stages, right? Some of them may give you a response and can generate sales right away. Some of them might take a longer time or a longer period, but at the end of the day, it's the same process, right? It's not rocket science. We help everybody walk through the same process from A to Z on how to and where to start. So if you guys are interested in building your own micro brand or have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, or go ahead and click on the link below this video where you can apply to join one of our consulting programs in the future. Thank you guys for watching this. If you got any type of value, please make sure you drop a subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace out.